Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. We have so much to talk about, so just stick around for a while. People post-market wrap up here. Let me just start off with the basics so I can get my head on straight. Nothing. Okay, we had some small losses today for the market. The NASDAQ basically flat. I mean, nothing is going on. It doesn't seem like anything is going to get in the way of this market. Port strikes, war, more war, what is about to happen. And that's being priced in here as well. Look at crude oil here today. This is WTI. This is WTI. Brent is much higher, 5.48% going to happen. It is going to happen. And it's just how it's going to play out. Is in fact Israel going to start attacking oil infrastructure? Don't be surprised if this happens again. Crude oil, the lifeblood of the military industrial complex, they will prop it up if they have to light up the entire Middle East. Okay, you know how this works. Let me just delve a little deeper in case you don't know. The major investment banks of the world. Okay, don't take my word for this. Never take my word for a damn thing. Do your own research on this. The investment banks are loaded up on not just crude oil. That's not even part of the equation here. It's oil derivatives. And they are so overweight oil or crude oil derivatives. I mean, they could bankrupt the world if they wanted to, if this were to go the opposite way. So you can be sure that crude oil is going higher. The dollar is getting decimated. We have to talk more about that in just a moment here. But again, you do realize, see, you and me, all we are is a means to an end. And if that means you have to wipe out half this world's population, for which they're going to, okay, to make sure that the markets get propped up, the 1% and 2% suck us dry, this vampire system here, that's what's going to happen. And then, of course, again, the setup, the scapegoat. Oh, this is why we're seeing higher prices. Crude oil. Over 6,000 products are made with crude oil. How do you think this is going to affect you? And let me tell you something else about this. The war is not going to stop. Okay, it's going to go on and on and on, just like Ukraine. Funding for it off the Richter scale. What does that mean? Where does this cash come from? Because we don't have it anywhere. It has to be created out of nothing, which is currency negative. You're not allowed to know that. Oh, no, didn't come up during the presidential debate. No, that didn't happen. Didn't come up during the vice presidential debate either. No, that didn't happen either because you can't be allowed to know. It's politics. Let me tell you something about these politicians. They're experts in the art of deception, in the art of twisting the truth into ways that make it sound good. And again, the legions on this side and the legions on that side now leading themselves to the slaughter. The system has been set on autopilot right now. You understand that? We cannot be allowed to know the truth. We cannot be allowed to come together because then we can elicit change. You got to hate each other. That's the way it is. It's the game. And the game is really crazy, man. So anyway, as you and I, this thing seems really out of control, and it is. But again, the market realizes what I do. Easy money, more easy money is gonna be shoved into this. I mean, there's nothing. Just wait. Oh, they're already announcing what's going to happen. Do you see what they're doing here? You turn on Fox Business, CNBC, Bloomberg. They're telling you an imminent attack. They're announcing it. If they're announcing it, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's going to be big, and it's going to get bigger. Now, on the back of crude here, 5.48 with WTI, of course, gold and silver here, as we know. Now, let me talk about this. Let me talk about a few other things here. If you're watching, there's a very, very interesting phenomenon. We're getting a knee-jerk here into the dollar. As a matter of fact, here's a headline I want you to look at. Dollar hits a 6 weeks high on solid data. No, there's no solid data. I'm sorry. It's safe haven demand. They have to throw that in there just to deceive you a little bit. There's no solid data. We're going down big time worldwide. The world economy is cratering. The world economy is crashing. You're not allowed to know that, but it is. And central banks, they got it all figured out. Pat 85, thank you. They're going to throw oceans of cash out this. And then we're going to be told by our loving, caring representatives and leaders that this is what we need to do. They're leading us to our own destruction. No, we're on autopilot now. We're leading ourselves to our own destruction, not you and me. But this knee-jerk reaction is not going to last. And I ran a poll here. 94% of you agree with me. First of all, let me explain this to you. The Federal Reserve has a 2% target on inflation, right? What does that mean? That means next year, the dollar, guaranteed, will be worth 2% less than it is now. And 2% more the year after that. And 2% more the year after that. And after that. And after that. And after that. Until it's gone. It's almost gone already. But the mechanism hereof, again, what we're being promised by two things. They're not even human. I'm talking about Trump. I'm talking about Kamala. In bed, sleeping with the Federal Reserve, promising what the Fed wants. I've already told you thousands of times. The Federal Reserve wants and will get an ally behind the resolute desk. Whoever is selected will be traitor number one and should be hanged. That's a fact, okay? Traitor number one. And they are not for you. They are against us. The entire system is against us. We are being decimated. We are being led to the slaughter, leading ourselves to the slaughter. Anyway, this is what's going on here. Traders betting on $100 a barrel oil. And who knows where that's really going to go. Now, on the economic front, let's talk about this real quick. And this is laughable. In fact, I'm not going to show you this. I want to show you. I'm going to cover this up. Let me see if I can do this. So the headlines today, as you probably know, is we got this stupendously fantastic ISM service activity number today. That's the headline. Oh, yes. ISM service activity improves. Let me show you what this looks like here. Let's just go back 7 months. It's in free fall. It could not be worse off. But again, it's part of the propaganda. It's what you're not allowed to know. The source here is U.S. Trading and Economics. You can see this for yourself. I just drew in the line here. Not that you needed the line here. But again, we're doing great because the number, this is what the headline is. But in reality, that's what we got. You're not allowed to know that. The truth is always hidden in plain sight, people. You all know that better than anybody. Let us move forward here. How many of you are surprised about this? Central banks delivered most interest rate cuts since the scamdemic last month. And we got more coming. The Fed's already told us what they're going to do. The Bank of England just told us what they're going to do as well. It's not going to stop. Artificially suppress rates, the promise of Trump, the promise of Kamala to destroy you, because these are economic destroyers. The weaker currency, an economic destroyer. They suppress rates, economic destroyer. You're being destroyed. And you can't come together to do a thing about it. All people are concerned with is which one of their people is going to get behind the resolute desk because it's going to save them all. You have no idea what's going on. It's unbelievable. Let's talk about something else here. So we got this, as you know, this report that it's cooling. The hiring is now at a historic low in the United States. And I know all the promises that Kamala is making. It's an unbelievable thing. Kamala's plan is to throw hundreds of billions of dollars at the problem. That's all they do. That's all they know how to do, is throw cash at problems. Trump is let's put tariffs on everything, but what you're not supposed to know, because tariffs work so well. Okay, as we all know, Biden, whatever it is, he got rid of most of Trump's tariffs. Right? You remember what happened? He kept China. He kept the tariffs on China. You're not supposed to know about that. Then last year, he started implementing Trump's tariffs again, right under your nose. You weren't supposed to know that because you remember how Biden spoke out against all this stuff? Oh, we're going to get rid of them. And the initial reaction when these tariffs were removed was, yes, the trade deficit shrank. As soon as Biden started implementing Trump's tariffs, the trade deficit started to balloon. Trump's again. His game is, let's put tariffs on everyone. That's going to bring jobs back to the United States. You got Kamala's plan is let's just throw hundreds of billions of dollars at. That's going to bring jobs back to the United States. It's not going to work. All the tariffs on earth, all the cash on earth is not going to bring back jobs here. The world economy is dead. It's been buried. But you wouldn't know that by looking at the stock market that doesn't respond to anything because of easy money. Any of you out here that are buying Kamala's plan or Trump's plan, you need to seriously see a psychiatrist or something because there's something wrong. There's something not connecting here. You're not understanding what's going on. Nowhere. It's amazing. But don't count on it. It ain't happening. we're going down along with the dollar. Here's just another piece of information from today. Tell me how shocked you are about this. Factory orders dropped, the third decline in the past 4 months. If you do not recall how this worked out, we were in a precipitous fall for the longest time. We got a little bump. Oh, so that's great. And now we resumed our downtrend. That's exactly what's going to happen here, my beautiful friends, with the dollar. This bump, this wherever I put it, this knee-jerk higher in the dollar. It's, look, anybody stuck in a central bank or forced to stay in a central bank issued note, you're just done on an epic scale. Now, going back to what I was going to say, the phenomenon that we're seeing, we're getting a sell-off here in the debt market. It's nothing to be alarmed about, nothing at all. Okay, 10-year yield bumping up, the knee-jerk into the dollar safety trade, but there's no safety trade or no real fear whatsoever going on here in the debt market. Now, this is going back to the MMRI. We are still way below this number, this level. I think we're probably going to bounce off of it. As I said, this trend is going to continue, in my opinion. That means we buy it all. I bought more today. You all know that. Not only did I announce what I bought, and this morning on my morning video, I actually put it out in my newsletter and I sent it to everyone. You all know what I'm doing. Greg's an open book. Couldn't be easier to understand this stuff. Anyway, keep your eyes on this, people. Link in the description of this video. As you know already, crude oil is surging higher. Now, I want to bring this to your attention as well. And every time I talk about this, I get attacked. And you're not allowed to say anything. That's what it is. People have been institutionalized to such a degree, again, via the whatever it might be. You must follow, you must do this, you have to believe this, you can only think this way. Anything else, and you're in a lot of trouble. So I'm going to bring it up anyway. So we understand this thing here is going on now. The Biden administration can move forward with loan forgiveness. You realize there's no loan forgiveness, right? It goes on your back. It goes on when loans are forgiven, it's immediately added to the national debt, and we all owe. So little Johnny boy over there, he might be doing little cartwheels all over his house, or little Nancy over there, whoever they may be, doing cartwheels that now they've been forgiven. They're not forgiven nothing. Okay, there's no free lunches. This just gets added to the national debt. No, I'm not. Look, if you're on the side of forgiveness or not on the side of forgiveness, I'm not even questioning that. I'm just telling you how the system works. Watch how I get attacked just because I brought this up. It's unbelievable. You can't talk about, again, it's the control mechanisms that are in effect. It's out of control. Anyway, look, man, none of this is surprising to you. Let me just say this, people. With what we're seeing now, I did an interview earlier today with John Dowling, a really good one. I hope you guys catch it. Once he sends it to me, I will send it out to all of you. None of this that you and I predicted would not end, that it would go on and on and on and get worse and worse and worse. We haven't seen anything yet. We're going to hit a wall. That wall is going to be some event that's going to cause the whole house of cards built over a pool of gasoline to lock the system up. We are in a full-blown liquidity crisis. You all know that. The system is insolvent. The system works in a perpetual vacuum. Why? War, more war, funding for war, building for war. All that stuff must continue, has continued, and will continue to do so. Scamdemics or other, whatever they got to do for this mechanism, and all it's doing is destroying the currency here. They're doing this. This is not a mistake. This is not an error. We didn't get here by chance. This is deliberate. Are we on the same page here? And if you think this is going to end, Luna, what do you think? Greg Mannarino is the biggest bull when it comes to commodities. So that should tell you something with regard to what you're asking me here. Commodities are the place to be. These are real things, people. This environment is imaginary. Again, it must operate in a perpetual vacuum. All these ones and zeros, these digits that you think are that are in your bank accounts, they're not really there. We don't even have a fractional reserve system anymore. This has become a free-for-all, and the system is being taken apart piece by piece. It's being deconstructed. And again, when it happens, and look, the big one is going to happen in the debt market. And that's really what, look, when I created the MMRI, when I thought about a way for myself to better gauge how I can look at action, and then, of course, I came up with this. And of course, I shared it with all of you. It's 100% free. Again, link in description of this video here. This tells us how desperate the situation is. Okay, and what's eventually going to happen is a massive. Forget about the sell-off we're seeing right now in the debt market, which is a really interesting phenomenon. Gauging from there should be a bit of a knee-jerk here into debt, but we're not seeing that on the promise of more war, expanding war, human suffering, death, pain. We all pay for that. We all pay for this. When it happens in one part of the world, affects every one of us. That's the way the universe works. But eventually we're going to get a spike that's going to blow people's mind. When the system locks up, you're not going to believe what happens here. You're not going to, again, it's going to lock up. And what people don't get, I mean, maybe if you're new here, maybe you're hearing this for the first time. What everyone was going nuts about during 08 was my investments, they're evaporating. My life savings is gone. That wasn't it at all. It wasn't the stock market crash. It was the fact that the credit markets were freezing. The credit markets were locking up. The flow of credit was stopping. We were facing a liquidity freeze. That's going to happen again. Those digits, those zeros that were on your accounts, if you're still in Bank of America, which Gregory Mannarino has been telling you to get out of for years now, did that spook you a little bit? Should spook all of us, because that's exactly what's going to happen everywhere. You think you can have access to your cash? You're going to be able to go swipe your credit card, your debit cards, or whatever, because you want to go out and buy something? No way. Transactions stop. Dead. It's over. And that's my belief, is that's how they're going to bring us to our knees. Again, problem, reaction, solution. It's always the same story, people. Just making sense to you? That's what they're going to do. I really hope you guys understand this, man. War will expand. The funding for war. Why do you think? Let's just have a little fun right now. During Trump's tenure, why did he build up the United States military along with other leaders around the world who were doing the same thing? Oh, you just thought it was the United States? Oh, because Trump was doing such a beautiful thing. He was doing God's work, building up weaponry so we can destroy each other in the future. Oh, we have to keep our country strong. That's how it was sold to you, wasn't it? The world was arming itself to the teeth at that time because they knew what was going to happen now. You think they didn't know where we were going during Trump's tenure? During his tenure, his job wasn't to elicit war, was to prepare for what we have now. We're living in the past, all of us here. They've already chosen our future for us. And the fact that we cannot come together, the division, the hatred, we can't unify, so we can't solve any issues here, makes them laugh at us. They're laughing at us. They're laughing at you. They're laughing at me. And but we're laughing back because we're at least taking action, okay? Not only from a financial standpoint, people, we realize that we need each other. We are facing a worst case scenario here, and there's no way out of it because they have already planned out. Your future is set for you. You think you have a choice as to where we're going right now? How can you possibly have a choice if we can't even come together to elicit change? Because we've been divided. Divide and conquer. One of the oldest tricks in the book. We've been conquered. You don't think we're a conquered people? We absolutely are. Everywhere around this world, but none more so than here in the United States. And we are the laughing stock of the world at this point here. There's no doubt about it. I hope you guys and girls are finally starting to see what's happening. All the stuff that you and I have been covering for years, it's all here. It's all happening. Anyway, man, I think for the most part, I'm preaching to the choir here. We're taking action. We're doing what we need to do. We're preparing for this. You must have the high ground. Have the high ground here, people, because we are being pushed into a future that is certain. Dissemination, extermination, and a vastly reduced population on this planet. That's where we're going. That's where we're going. It's all been told us. We've been foretold this. People don't listen. No. And people hear people like me and you, all of you, who share this stuff that are smart enough to see what's going on here. People ignore you because they think you're nuts. They can't see what's in front of their face because they've been dumbed down. They've been institutionalized. They've been told what to think, what to dress, how to dress, who to hate. Understand? Does this sound at all like things we've been foretold in the past? We're seeing it now, man. We're seeing it now. Anyway, you guys and girls here, let's cover some questions here, and we'll do that right now. I know yesterday I think I had to cut it short for whatever reason, but I'm going to open it up right now for all of you. Anybody out here want to talk about questions that maybe you guys and girls want to cover here live? I really hope that's why a lot of you are here. I want to do this. I want to open up this platform here. I'll play the guitar one day, man. I promise. I get too wrapped. I couldn't pick up that guitar if I wanted. I'd probably be shaking. It's my adrenaline's probably. How's Coco? Coco's fine. Thank you for asking. Coco was ill. He had, a little GI thing, and a little bit of diarrhea. And that's the way, can I tell you? But he's fine now. You want to see Coco's hammer? I'll break him out at one point. Yeah, man. People, bet against the system. Again, I'm just looking at this SLV Tiny Papa here. Get some silver, commodity exposure here. It's too easy to understand how this is going to play out, man. Again, this artificial environment that we have, which is exploiting people. It's preying on weakness. It's preying on people who have no idea of what's happening or why it's happening to them. Again, did any of this stuff whatsoever come up during the presidential debate? We did hear about Haitians eating dogs or cats or pets or whatever they were eating over there. That was so important, but none of this ranked at all as important. Can't hear about this stuff. Again, it's too stupid. And then you got, the Vance Waltz thing too. Whatever. It's nothing. Not a word about any of this. Monetary policy, war, expanding war, nothing. Yeah, there was a little bit about war. But again, if you notice, both of them sidestepped the answers. Politricks, they're experts at deception. They're experts at getting you to focus on something else. They're asked the direct question. Instead of answering the direct question, they find something else to talk about. You see, that's what I saw doing the whole clown show. And these people are here to serve you? Really? You believe that? No. They're here to serve themselves, to self-aggrandize themselves, okay? You and me are paying the price for all that. They are. They're freaking sociopaths on an epic scale. Epic. I don't know another way to put it. And of course, it's not, we are no longer, as I said before, being led to the slaughter. We're now leading ourselves, which was the real plan here, to get people so off base, so confused, not understanding anything that's going on here, capitalizing on stupidity, on ignorance, fostering hatred. People, again, we are leading ourselves to our own end, and they're laughing at us. They're laughing at us. I don't know another way to put it. Absolutely incredible. Oh, anyway, that's kind of it, man, guys and girls. I think we're going to kind of call this right now. I've been getting a lot of complaints. I know the complaint desk is closed. It is closed, and I don't give a damn. If you want to complain, you're talking to the wrong guy, because I really don't care. You're talking to someone who you think cares. I don't care at all. People are complaining that these post-market wrap-ups are too long. I will talk for as long as I freaking feel like talking. If you guys and girls want to interact with me, that's fine. If you don't want to be here, just go away. Listen to half of it. Listen to the half later. So again, it's closed, and it will remain closed. Make them longer. I appreciate it, man. Oh, anyway, we, my lovely people, are going to get going here, man. All of you. And look, I am very disappointed lately about the people that are showing up for the live stream. Only 1,100 people here right now. I understand maybe people are busy or whatever, but look, it is disappointing from one perspective that I want more people to hear this stuff. Well, that's where you come in, you share this stuff on your social networks, but I only want the right people here. That's the truth. If people can't handle the truth, do you think they should be part of this pride? You have to earn your spot to be a part of this pride. We welcome everybody. That's the truth. But whether we want you here is a whole other story. Wouldn't you agree? I think most of you guys and girls would agree. Right? Lava Magic is here. All my friends are here. Love you guys. Love you girls. You're also fantastic. Absolutely. All right, guys and girls. We're going to call it for now. And how about look, that was his opinion. I did a video where a gentleman's perspective that the debt means nothing. I do not share that perspective. I think most of you here understand that. I put it out there because he did cover some interesting points. I welcome other people's perspectives, no matter how bizarre they might be. All right, because we are all stronger together. If we look, what people tend to do, because again, we've dehumanized ourselves. When you dehumanize yourself, you dehumanize everybody else, and you talk to them as if they're garbage. There was a point where people used to respect each other, where people showed honor to each other, where a man would stand up when a lady would rise from a table. I wish those times were back here. Now it's all about how much you can insult someone. This is a sign of strength. It's a sign of weakness on a grand scale. If we can't respect each other and other people's opinions, then we lose. But that guy's particular video, he insulted me at first. Greg lacks the intelligence to understand this, that, the other thing. I reached out to the guy in a very level-headed way, and we kind of hit it off, him and I. That's what we need to do. When someone hits you with something that you don't like, first respond to them in a respectful way. If they hit you back with disrespect, just walk away. It's really just ignore them, because they're proving to us that they're idiots of the highest order. Give people the benefit of the doubt first. Then you can take the other side of it all. I give everybody a chance, even the trolls here. I try to find a common ground, and then I just play with them. You have no idea how much I love playing with the trolls. I actually go through I read the comments. I read your comments, I guarantee it. I go through the comments, and I pick a few out, I answer you, and then I look for the trolls, and I play with them. I play with them because they're toys. Mentally weak, and they just fall for the traps. You bait them, they fall. It's a beautiful thing. That's how Greg entertains himself. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? I also play my bongos. I got a bass I bought recently. I've been playing my bass, my guitar back there when I get the time. I've been so busy, man. I've been so freaking busy lately. I really have. What's a Halloween costume? I don't even know what you're talking about. You're referring to Musk, maybe? Yeah, sure. It's a Halloween costume. All right, guys and girls, we're going to get going. I love you all from the heart. Please share this stuff. Please get it out there and comment. Let me know what you think about this. All right. Prepare for the worst, because that's what's coming. What we're seeing now, it's too simple to connect the dots. Is it possible that we can deviate, that something can come along? In the remote chance, it's possible. But again, our future has already been decided. The central banks of the world have picked where they want. They pick world leaders. They decide who they're going to put there and utilize them for whatever they want. Trump was chosen to build the military. That was his job, along with other world leaders. Then removed, another puppet put in, war. That's what it's all about. We have no say-so in anything. Yes, to the scandemic, the funding for scandemics and everything else. It's nothing is what you believe it is to be. I've told you this a million times. And unfortunately, we're being led or leading ourselves now to the slaughter. This guy here loves you from the heart, people. It's all I got. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Let's do something about these thumbs up, please, people, man. It's not too much to ask that you give these videos a thumbs up. It allows the algorithms to pick it up. Your comments, even good, bad, or indifferent. I hate Greg. You know, join the party. A lot of people hate Greg. If you want to write I hate Greg just to help the algorithm, I'm all for it too. It really does. It lets people see the video. Mitch, thank you. I appreciate it. And that's all I want. I want people to see it. So that's where I'm counting on you guys. You have a social network, share this stuff. Get it out there, all right? I will see all of you in the morning. I promise. Until we meet again, people, please, please think about these things. And then, of course, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. See you in the morning.